All right, guys, this is going to be controversial. You know how I do it. Today, I got a sample from my good buddy Doc over at Old Fashioned Ways. This is the E.H.Taylor Straight Rye Whiskey. We got a lot to talk about. All right, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. E.H. Taylor, it's okay for me. I've had a couple of their offerings, the barrel proofs, the single barrel, all the things, right? Small batch, obviously. They're good. But this one's a little bit different. So I'm going to pour a little bit into the glass. I've heard mixed reviews on these, but here's the thing. Me being the guy I am, I love a good rye whiskey for one. This one has a strange and torrid story. If you're into stories, sit back and relax, and I will show you and tell you. So we got this beautiful whiskey, nice color. It's at least 4 years old. Some say it's 600 proof. Most of the products they do are bottled in bond. So they are through the Buffalo Trace Distillery, right? E.H. Taylor was purchased by Buffalo Trace or vice versa. I don't care about that. DSP KY113. So Y on the back of the bottle, which I don't have. I will put it up here, right here, somewhere. It says DSP KY12. Distilled spirit plant. Why? Why does it say that? Buffalo Trace is a huge distillery. Why? Why are they sourcing rye whiskey? That's a true question. Why are they sourcing rye whiskey? They make Thomas H. Handy. They make Sazerac, right? They make the Sazerac clan. They're all the same company, right? They make what else? There's another rye they make, right? Why are they sourcing this one? Or why are they sourcing components of this one? It could be a blend, right? A blend of straight rye whiskeys. But why? They are a huge plant. Why can't they just make the whiskey? I think, and this is just personal thought, call it a conspiracy theory, call it whatever you want. I feel that they found some good juice at Barton, sourced it, and said, we'll just use this so that we can have another SKU under our line. Okay? And it's reviving an old brand. BS. I call BS. Because if you were reviving an old brand, you'd already have the juice in the barrel. If you were reviving an old brand. Or you would have some special, whiskey. Not, and quote me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm wrong. Not 95.5. Right? Now, this is not MGP. It's Barton, right? Or Buffalo Trace Barton mix. Who knows? Am I against rye whiskey? Absolutely not. Am I against these big conglomerate manufacturing plants of whiskey, sourcing whiskey from other places, slapping a Buffalo Trace label on it and charging double the price, making it so allocated that you can't get it? Do I think that's a problem? Absolutely. So, in that, this whiskey will not get a review. I'm only doing this to show transparency. You can look back at my very first video I did, and it was about transparency in whiskey. That was a long time ago. I had a big old beard, long hair, right? Transparency in whiskey is such a big thing. Now, do they have the DSP on the back of the bottle? Absolutely. That's as transparent as they have to be. Unfortunately, for us. But if I go into the store and I pick up a bottle of E.H. Taylor Rye Whiskey, I expect that to be E.H. Taylor Rye Whiskey, not Barton Rye Whiskey put in an E.H. Taylor box. Okay? That's what I expect as a whiskey connoisseur. The normal person out there isn't even going to care. Is it good? Well, let's get into it. I know that Barton makes some amazing whiskey. So, I can guarantee you it's probably going to be pretty good. even though I've heard of mixed results on it. The nose is nice, little sharp ethanol, little eucalyptusy, which I get from a lot of ryes. Maybe some mint in there. Mint, dill, a little bit of dill, and then it washes out. It just leaves you with this ethanol ding at the end. Secondary market on this is expensive. If you could buy it at MSRP and you just were trying to get the vertical or whatever they call it, sure, for $80, whatever, fine. But the whiskey's not even that good. Now, I said a long time ago, if I did not care for a whiskey, I would not do a review on it, which I'm not. I'm not reviewing this whiskey. I am just showcasing what I'm trying to showcase, and you already know what it is. Transparency. I want Buffalo Trace to be 100% transparent with all of its people. Not just slap a DSP on the back and think that people aren't even going to notice or not even care, because the whiskey enthusiasts and the whiskey community knows and they care, and they're going to say something. I'm saying something. Am I very gracious to have the sample? Absolutely. I'm so gracious to have the sample. I can't thank Doc enough for handing it over to me. He knew I was going to do a racy video on it. But at the same time, if I'm paying good money for Buffalo Trace juice, I want it to be Buffalo Trace. I don't want it to be something else. That would be like me buying Pappy Van Winkle, right? And it being Wilderness Trail. I love Wilderness Trail, right? But I paid thousands of dollars for Pappy Van Winkle, right? It just shows the bad side of the whiskey market. And I feel like it has a lot to do with, and I'm going to say this, and don't shoot me for it, with the flippers. Yeah, the people that buy whiskey just to resell it on the secondary market for way more money than it's worth. Is this a good rye whiskey? Sure. But it's not great. I've had better. Thomas H. Handy is much better than this. And I supposedly, now this makes me question everything that Buffalo Trace does, right? It's supposed to be all their juice. So why not just make a not so allocated Thomas H. Handy and put it in here? I've heard their barrel proof rye is a lot better than this. I've never had it. If you want to send me a sample of it, feel free. I'm not getting heated about it. I don't care, right? I don't care. But at the same time, if you're going to say something, stay true to your word and do what you say and say what you do. You make tons of whiskey. Make a freaking rye whiskey. You don't have to source it, especially at your magnitude. I could see a small distillery not wanting to deal with rye, because rye distillation is very complex and it's very hard and it's sticky and nasty. I get it. But you're Buffalo Trace. You have more money than anybody else. You can do whatever you want. Why are you sourcing? And this is a direct comment to them. And I've put it on their website. So it's not just me. Am I bitching? A little bit. Is it acceptable whiskey? It's all right. It's not great. Not worth secondary at all. Would not pay secondary. Don't even know if I'd buy a bottle of it. Will not review it, right? I come forward with that to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have this opinion and that I can't just jump on the train of, hey, I'm going to buy everything they got. Because if you're not creating good product, again, if you're not creating good product, and I have no problem with sourcing. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with sourcing. Source your whiskey. Just be very, very transparent about how you're sourcing it and where you're sourcing it from and why you're sourcing it. I feel like there should be a write-up about this saying, hey, we sourced this because this was the best juice we could find. Our barrels turned to crap. So we just didn't. You know what I mean? Anyway, I hope this brings you a little bit of knowledge. I hope that you understand these aren't all of my videos. I'm not shitting on Buffalo Trace, okay? They make good whiskey, don't get me wrong. Obviously, everybody buys it. Everybody wants the tater bombs, right? Everybody wants those. Even me. And I try not to be one, but, you know, going back to it, it's not very special. I'll stick with my Lost Lantern. Just saying. Anyway, I hope you found something out of this. If you didn't, I hope I got to rant and get it over with, right? And on the next one, we'll get a little happier. Not that I'm mad. Does it matter to me what Buffalo Trace is doing? Absolutely not. And does Buffalo Trace care that I'm over here complaining about it? Absolutely not. So in the end, it really doesn't matter, right? Kind of like the Linkin Park song, right? Rest in peace, right? So all that being said, y'all be good. If you want to follow me, like, subscribe. God, whatever. It doesn't matter. At this point, who cares, right? I'm joking. I'm not going to go black pill on you, right? Just chill, okay? Y'all be good. And until next time, drink water. I mean, if you drink water, love y'all. Peace out.